Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed, the Legacy of the First Blade, where I think we possibly are getting closer to the end of this DLC, but before we confront Amorgis in the temple, I would like to take down the last of the Ancients, but first I have to find out where they are. They were in the wetlands south of Mount Ithome Fort at the Bay of Hades, which places them somewhere around here, right by this glowy man. So we shall head there first. Though I'm not entirely sure what I'm expected to actually do out here. Because
off we go now.
There really isn't a specific, location here. Or at the very least, there doesn't seem to be a specific location that could be considered southwest of the fort in a wetland. Because this is clearly a wetland area. Okay, that took a little while, but I guess that's where the clue is. Well, let's see where this last remaining periphery cultist is. So I can take them out and then finally move on to Amorgis.
The things that we think define us are the lies that enslave us.
That's a strange stretch of logic, but I suppose it works to some degree. And of course I've got to kill this boar. And possibly remember how this game is played. Okay. Where are you going, boar? His strategy of running away seems to be working to some degree. Okay. Okay. So the reason why this target is underneath me is because there is a cave. I just have to make it through this cave system through Terror Gorge. As you can tell, very welcoming to visitors. But it doesn't look particularly deep. Hold on.
I should be careful. High security here.
Now they're standing right next to each other, so I can't really stealth kill one and not get the other one's attention. Unless... No, I don't have any... Do I have anything to throw? I probably should have just done that from the get-go. That's probably a much more interesting approach anyway, than to worry about doing any distractions that I do not even need to set up. So I'll hit him, hit her once, then hit him, or her, then hit her again. Oh, nope, he's still alive. Or she's still alive. Agnes. Nope, nope. Wrong submenu. There we go. And that order member is done with.
Your reign has ended.
Elpidius, I'm almost there. My son. Mother's coming.
Yep, and now that I have defeated all of the cultists, sorry, I keep saying cultists. They're basically replacement cultists. I defeated all of the order members besides the Morgis. Now Morgis is the only one left. So this does feel like a little bit of a climax, although I guess it's DLC, so that's why it's been relatively short. Not too much has... It feels like this should have been its own game rather than just these short DLC episodes, but I'll get into that in a bit. In the meantime, let us slow-mo approach the villain of the story.
Calm, aren't they? Moments like these, the moments before the end.
If you've hurt my son, nothing will protect you. No man, no beast, no god.
He's safe. With me, Cassandra. Happy, healthy. And I promise you, he always will.
Now,
be.
here's the question. What does Amorgis actually want?
Think about where we're going, Amorgis. This path can only end in one place, unless you tell me where to find my son.
I'm sorry, Cassandra. I can't do that.
I once swore to the people I loved I would crush the Order. Believe me, I will keep that promise.
You think you can destroy us? The Order's plan goes well beyond you, Cassandra.
What?
Ever the hero, thinking this is all about you. This isn't about any one of us. It's about that most precious of things, peace.
Okay, what did any of that
This
mean?
war between Athens and Sparta threatens to incinerate more than just the Greek world.
Not really.
The carnage and butchery have spread to Persia and beyond. The Order has the power to save the world. And so we will. My agents are rooted deeply in every aspect of Greek life.
Okay, for a second I thought it just kind of like the camera just kind of turned around and we saw just two random people punching each other.
Are winning the hearts of your people. Through the Order's
By
influence
threatening
and
them?
Persia's wealth, Sparta will end this war. A new chapter in history will be written by us. We have planted a seed in the fertile soil that is the Greek people. And now, peace will grow.
It didn't really seem like
Only
you had
one threat
any
to that peace remains.
goal in mind for any of this. I am not a threat to peace.
You want a war,
I'm a
you
threat to
monster?
you.
I'll give you a war.
You already have. You're a tainted one. The strongest, most dangerous force the Order has ever seen. You are fire. Only you stand in the way of the Order's purpose.
And what is... Can you specify your purpose, but like in an actual plan and not like a...
Artabanus.
And not like a
I wondered
philosophy.
when you'd make your dramatic entrance.
Why is the camera just lingering on that little fire?
You claim to want
I think that, okay, the reason why that camera is lingering on that little fire is because they had much less time to make the DLC versus the main game.
I saved your
And that's
grandson.
why some of the cinematics don't quite look as nice in comparison.
Do you remember? I saved him from you.
Tell us where Elpidios is.
I'm sorry. As long as I breathe, I will never endanger the child by letting her raise him.
So do I just never get Elpidios back? Is he just gonna stand there and take it? Oh, nope. His shield cannot be taken as well. I have this special ability that says, hey, you can knock people's shields out from under them. But nope, it does not seem to work in this DLC, or at the very least, this last chapter.
With you, he'll never be safe.
He's my son!
So basically, since I can't use that attack, I'm going to kind of be resorted to just kind of building adrenaline, healing up every once in a while. Actually, here. Does the heavy attack do anything? Well, it doesn't really do anything to his heavy attacks, should I say.
Remind me, old friend.
All the Order's power, they could not protect you. Not from me.
So yeah, I can still do these more powerful attacks, but for some reason, they will not play out their animations.
We must protect the people we love, Amorges.
That's what I'm doing.
Who are you protecting? Like, do you really love the baby who's not yours? Is that what you're trying to tell him? Oh. Okay, so the heavy attack does knock back his shield, and it looks like I did waste that. Alright, let's grab some. Nope, that missed. That did nothing?
Safer hands than yours, Darius.
Return my son and your pain will end, Amorges!
Stop running around and also your pain will end. That is a not very easy to predict environmental, or should I say area attack, there we go. That he does very frequently. Nope, that was also a miss. Because... Oh! Has his shield been knocked away? Finally. But now his sword is on fire. Honestly, I'd rather take his sword on fire than his shield be up. Because with his shield up, it seems like the cool attack animations don't happen, but with the... Nope, still doesn't happen. Kind of odd that the game treats him like a strangely, like, maybe it treats him like a heavy?
Waves, where the ocean, the Order is endless.
Now I could try to fight him. Yeesh, okay. Or I could just wait for these abilities to come back. Oh, so now that ability also sets me on fire. How nice. So really, it is... I am better off just kind of like hanging back. And then he has his shield again? Did Darius just sacrifice himself? I think Darius is dead now. Which... Nope, he's still alive.
The sun rises, but she also sets.
Oh, but this means that...
Is over, old friend.
that Cassandra doesn't find out where Elpidios was taken. Unless there's additional content beyond this boss fight.
I only wanted to keep our home safe. The world safe.
The child, Amorgus. Please.
Oh, he's not dead. He just ate a corpse or something.
He's on a small island just off the coast of Messenia. Perfect spot for fishing. The Order will never give up, Cassandra. You and your boy will always be hunted.
Does this have an effect on anything? Does your right turn into killing him? Does
And he will always have me to protect him.
The Order aren't just a group of people. They're an idea.
But you can't be chased by an idea. You have to be chased by people who follow the idea.
An idea cannot be destroyed.
Yeah, but if nobody follows the idea, then the idea doesn't matter.
Through wisdom, through ideas of our own. Nothing is absolute, Amorgus. You taught me that a long time ago. There will always be tyrants.
And there will always be you, my brother, to stop them.
Oh, now he's dead. That took a little while.
Go in peace, old friend.
Okay, so now the question is, will the game expect me to hop on a boat myself? Or is the game going to automatically load to said island off the coast of Messenia? Also, that doesn't really sound like very specific directions, but I guess there are only so many islands off the coast, so... Is he being protected by somebody? Like, I hope so. 'Cause... Unless they taught the baby how to fish. Although, the question that I have... Arga, I get a lot of questions. The question I have now is, how much time has passed since the beginning of this episode? Because that's something tricky to figure out. Like, I guess there really wasn't that much time at all between the end of episode 2 and the beginning of episode 3. There was that huge time jump in which Takas came back home, and then, like, a baby showed up. Like,
Just a moment more, Elpidios.
Now, how, and also, what condition is the baby going to be in? Because... Like, is she going to just leave her child so that she could
Just hold on.
explore the fate of Atlantis?
My boy. My son. Oh, my beautiful son.
here, Elpidios. Mother's here.
We definitely didn't hand you a different baby.
You've kept watch over my son.
Every day, every night, Amorges made sure of it.
Thank you.
You know, he has a real Spartan appetite.
Tell me about it.
Wait, does having a Spartan appetite means you want to eat everything, or that means you want to eat few things? Because I've always thought that the idea of like a Spartan
Mother's got so many
was that you
stories
don't
to
have
tell.
like if you decorate your house in a Spartan manner, then you have fewer furnishing.
Mother too, I see.
Who knows? Maybe one day this baby will grow arms and legs.
I am Darius, son of the Persian king, Artaxerxes.
Artaxerxes.
You know my father?
I killed your father.
We've met, but it's been a while.
He's a good king and a great father. Persia knows peace. She prospers. I miss him.
Keep Persia safe. That is his legacy.
So he named the son of his father's killer. They named the son after his father's killer. That's an odd choice of name. And now, do I enroll him into
It's done.
assassin daycare?
Just a moment longer.
It has to be now.
So am I sending the baby off? I mean, I suppose without Natakas. I mean, like, she could technically still go on to become this parent
was right.
figure.
Fire. I'll use that. A beacon to the Order. If they want to come after my bloodline, they'll know exactly where to find me. But they'll never find... And
They'll never find my frightening
good looking,
child.
Darius.
The Order was created for a purpose. If I can understand our enemy, I can outmaneuver them. I will protect the boy, Cassandra. Be a guardian to Elpidios, and to all those who share his blood. When the day comes, when he asks of his matter, what should I tell him?
That she's still alive and still looks exactly where you can tell her where she is, because she's still going to be alive at that time. Even if he's an old man, he can find her.
The mother and the pater who lived incredible lives, who saw incredible things, and none of it was as incredible as him. His smile, his laugh, the sight of him asleep in my arms. Should the day come where he feels unloved or alone, you tell him there is no such day, because he will always be loved. You hear me? You will always be loved.
He is a baby, and he does not speak Greek or English, so... At the very least, yet, so... I don't think he heard you. And he was also asleep, so... Sorry. And now here's the cutscene that they spent money on.
You'll fight, and you'll fall. There will be times when you'll think you can't rise again. You'll want to stay down, but you will get up and be this. Because you're strong. Because our bloodline is strong. And because we always get up. You'll ask why. And while you'll never know me, know this. You are my son. And I'll always fight for you. You and those that will come after.
Okay. Is she a character from Assassin's Creed Origins? I probably should have played Assassin's Creed Origins before I played this game. Because I can't honestly say which game comes first. What I can say, I guess, is that the Legacy of the First Blade was, as like an expanded content, was all right. I think they were very ambitious with their plans for this new DLC. They had multiple stories that they wanted to tell. In regards to the first, there was the first.
I have his blade. It's useless, broken, and the metal is strange. I should find a blacksmith.
Oh, maybe I should find a blacksmith first before I start reviewing this thing, but I won't. So I think they tried to do two major story things, which first was like the first assassin, because I guess
Safe? Your father too. It's only you I couldn't. I never got the chance to say goodbye. There are some things I want to get for you. This time, I'll be back.
okay. Even when everything's over, there's still more quests to do. So yeah, they're trying to tell this first story of the first assassin that had a hidden blade, but they never actually explain the origins of the blade itself. By the time you meet him, even in the flashback scene, he has already had it. It has already been built. And then there's the second story, the Legacy of Family, which it does feel like it picks up off of the main game, because the main game is about family. It's about family. But it's not really about the main game isn't really about it's underwater near a cliff northeast of Dime. It's not about starting a new family as much as it is about reclaiming your old family. Whereas Legacy is about starting that new family, but the problem is, like, you look at the storyline of the DLC episodes, and like the way that it's here we go. The way that it starts and the way that it ends maintains equilibrium. Because when she starts the storyline, I'm trying to aim. There we go. When she starts the storyline, She has no child. She has no love interest. Darius and Natakas are not there. When she goes along, meets Natakas. There's a forced romance between the two of them that the game kind of pushes you towards. And then she has a child, which would definitely be of...
Now,
which would definitely seem like it would kind of break equilibrium, because how is that going to fit into the story? Great. So it seems as though my bird cannot detect said missing item. Is it that shiny rock? No, it is not. I mean, I suppose I could kind of swim away until it tells me I'm no longer in the exploration area. Okay. So the fact that she now has this family to protect definitely seems like it would break away from the equilibrium of the main story. Like, how are you going to... Like, what reasoning would she have to leave her house behind? There we go. So then, of course, Natakas dies. Let's see, Rock Arch in Macedonia and Shipwreck in Messenia. Oh yeah, the Rock Arch was the place where they first had their hideout. And then, yeah, Natakas is killed. Darius and the child leave to go off on their own journey, which leaves Cassandra in the exact same space that she was when she entered the DLC. Meaning that the DLC, even though it kind of had its own little adventure, has no real effect on the story. Now, and obviously it couldn't have
I'm where I need to be.
too much of an effect, because in theory, like, she could have stayed around to become...
This was the beginning, Natakas. How could we have known?
Like, you could, like, she could have,
Darius and Natakas left so much.
I can tell.
Here's your bow. Where you left it. You'll want it back.
And then I rob them. Like, she could, like, the story could have kind of made that, like, an extended epilogue, in that she goes on to raise the child, because she has hundreds of years to kill. But at the same time, it wouldn't have fit within... Let's see, where's Messenia? It's like you travel around over... Okay, Shipwreck of Nestor is... Nope, that's just my own boat. Ah, there it is. I'll just fast travel to my own boat, because it's right there. But that means that any of the characters that she would have met in the game would have all been dead. And that, I feel, is kind of like the point of this DLC as well, is because Cassandra as a character is destined to make ties to other characters and lose ties to other characters, regardless of what she does. But she will go on. Everybody else she knows will die, but she will continue. It just feels like very short-lived, and I think they would have benefited from having some focus. Instead of having these shorter, I guess each episode kind of took like about 3 hours or so, 2 to 3 hours. And that only provides for so much time to... Hold on. Let's move that over there.
Going out any farther is a good way to get capsized.
Yes, I know, from experience. Like, having those larger stories kind of filtered in this quest to also fight the Order. I didn't even mention that. They're also, so I guess that's 3 stories. 1 is meet the first person who used Hidden Blades. 2 is to build a legacy for the family. And 3... It says it's near the There we go. No.
This looks like the place.
And 3 to have you fight this new Order. And there's a lot of time spent dedicated to confronting the Order. So much so that the first Hidden Blade gets glossed over, and the family aspect of the story
Our baby's
doesn't
blanket.
really show up till...
What a relief it was to find him. Now he's gone away.
doesn't really show up until the
Why do
end
we
of
have
episode
this
2.
behind us?
And when it does, it's kind of like... It's there. So,
Now everything's done. I should visit Natakas's grave in Ahia. It's time to say goodbye.
so I would say, like, while the DLC was serviceable... Where is IKEA? Well, it was serviceable. I feel like they could have been more focused on their subject matter, so that they could spend more time fleshing out those individual subjects rather than try to do so much in such a confined space. And to say goodbye to Natakas one last time. Actually, I wonder if he'll show up in the Fate of Atlantis DLC, because I believe that's supposed to be this kind of like afterlife thing, so that would be an interesting step forward for that plotline.
These are ours. A reminder of our time together. I miss you. Your laugh and your infuriating insight. I'll never forget you, Natakas. Trust me.
Yeah, but I got his hunting bow, which I could carry on forever, or immediately dismantle because it is worse than my current bow. So long, Natakas. And now that I am done acquiring Natakas souvenirs, one last thing for the legacy of the First Blade, which is, for some reason, hidden inside this barn.
Don't take another step, Mistios.
I don't want to be spotted here.
I was not expecting it to be inside an enemy compound. But I suppose I could deal with that. Oh no, they witnessed my murder. So it's down here for some reason?
He looked prisoners. Morgus wouldn't like it if I freed them.
Morgus is dead. I'm guessing I was supposed to do this quest before I confronted a Morgus. Okay, so I guess I lied. There are two things remaining to do. One is to go to a blacksmith. I guess I go to any blacksmith because I had assumed this quest was the blacksmith quest. And two, free these prisoners because the Morgus would be upset about that.
Prisoners mentioned in the letter. I should free them. Antidis? Is that you?
Yes! Yes, thank the gods. Wait, Cassandra? No!
Ah!
Why did it happen to you again? Go away! Help! Someone else! Help! Help! No! No, no, no! I owe you enough, Cassandra! Why'd you have to do this again?
The guards will hear you.
Get away from the prisoners!
Okay, now this is a quest worth doing. Saving the life of Antides the Proud. Again.
Antidis, my proud friend. What's happened to you this time?
The gods are not fair to Aeantiris. I spent my wealth on my gifts to you. I don't complain, that was fair. Then someone told me I could make a fortune in Messenia. But those Malakas sold me for a fortune instead. I am a slave here, and now you show up. How is that fair?
This isn't my fault. It's your pride that did this.
Yes, I, Aeantiris, am proud, and I will never be indebted to anyone. But now you save me again? Why do you keep doing this to me?
You still owe me that favor.
You said before you still owed me a favor. You can't repay me if you're stuck in a cage.
You just can't leave me out of your
Nope.
heroic deeds, can
That's
you?
actually the
Now
entire
what can
point
I
of my
do?
journey.
I have nothing, Cassandra. Nothing to pay my debt to you.
Antidis, the Greeks are indebted to the gods, aren't they?
Of course we are. We can never repay their gifts to us. I am proud, Cassandra, but not that proud.
I am the messenger of Zeus. I'm basically a god.
What? This is worse. How can I ever repay my
You
debt
can't.
to you?
That's the point.
As a god, I can forgive your debt, can I not?
Yes. I suppose you can.
Ah.
I could use you on my ship. Barnabas may hate me, but you'll be kept out of trouble and your debt to me will be fulfilled.
I, Aeantiris, will never be indebted to anyone. Except a god. Who can resist the gods?
Not I. I am not that proud.
I'll see you on my ship, mortal.
Truly the best crew member has been recruited. Does he actually have any skills, though? Like, if I replace... Oh, no, he gets tons of javelin damage and weak point creation from javelins. So yeah, no, he's pretty good.
The Olympians has a blacksmith known for his skill in working rare metals. I should take the sword there.
And yeah, that sounds like an excellent choice. I keep forgetting about this specific blacksmith because you meet him very early on in the game. And he's the, I believe he's the only one who could work with the orichalcum, the more rare currency. And I think I've only actually talked to him like the once. Now let's...
Copies or cofinos? What do you need?
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Zeus's balls! Do you know what this is?
Broken?
It's adamantine. This stuff is priceless. And I don't mind telling you, I'm the one man in the islands who knows how to properly work it. I'll need more adamantine to fix it, though. A lot more.
It's only a sword,
Will this
so...
help? The metal looks similar.
What the...
Oh, so I already have the adamantium.
No, I don't want to know.
Here. Don't tell me you need more, because I've run out of necks to cut it from.
Oh, I got... in order to repair the sword, I needed to kill all the Order members. And because I killed all the Order members already, this means I can repair the sword immediately.
Wait here. This won't take long.
Excellent. So now that the legacy of the First Blade is done, next time, onward to the fate of Atlantis. Thank you for watching. Questions, comments, recommendations for something to play next? Comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. So long for now.